Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona right here.
Hello and welcome to the Question Reality radio show. I'm Priscilla Leona, producer and host of this show, and we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. For 13 years, we've been providing our audience with entertainment industry career advice. Now, this show is for you if you're questioning your career reality about pursuing a career in show business, or if you're already working in the entertainment industry and you just need some tips, advice, or resource information on how to elevate your career status. Now, the guests on this show are always exciting. We have Emmy Award winners, Grammy Award winners, Tony Award winners, reality TV stars, and just a wide variety of working show business professionals. And that's film, television, music, radio producers and directors. We have casting directors, literary agents, casting agents, PR agents, talent managers, screenwriters, publicists, actors, comedians, singers, novelists. Love when I have script supervisors on, stunt people. Oh, we're having a very exciting stunt person coming on in the beginning of the year. I don't want to tell you who it is yet. It's going to be a surprise. So we have celebrity makeup artists, and we have entertainment attorneys come on towards the end of the year. So the list just continues and continues. Now, if you missed any of our shows, here are 3 ways that you can listen to them. Number 1, free mobile app. From the App Store, the Google Play Store, obviously. I don't even think there's another place. I think they dominate the field. It's we're on iHeartRadio, we're on iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Google, Audible.com, we're on Stitcher.com. Just Google us. We're all over the place. It's just been a frenzy of our shows all over. Also, on the archive page, you can listen directly from the website that you're listening to us on right now, which is latalkradio.com. And you can look for the show title, Question Reality, or look for my name, Priscilla Leona, under the host tab. And we ask a little favor, yes, to be entertained. We have a favor. It's what is it, quid pro quo or tit for tat? I think it's both of those. But we kindly ask that you please give us a little thumb, a little follow on all of our social media sites, and they're all under my name, Priscilla Leona. So Facebook, Priscilla Leona, Twitter, Priscilla Leona, Instagram, Priscilla Leona. Where else? LinkedIn, Priscilla Leona. So every social media did I say Instagram? Yeah, Instagram. Yes, Priscilla Leona. Now, the reason, it's not that I'm narcissistic, people. It's all part of branding. A little tip. Please, when you are starting your career, because we're in the social media frenzy, we have to brand ourselves, right? And our businesses. So pick a name. Usually the best thing is your name if you are promoting yourself or your products, or if you have a product that you're going to sell on like the buy channel, I don't even know what the channel is, Home Shopping Network. Then, of course, keep it at 1 title, 2 titles, but branding is so important. And it is very important when people go to Google and they type your name, because you want it to all be consistent. So consistency with branding, keep it the same. All right, finally, let's see. Oh, if you're booked, if you want to be booked on the show, you want to be a guest on the show and be booked, we ask that you please go to our official website. Now, that's different than the one that you're listening to today. You have to go to, are you ready? questionrealityradioshow.com. questionrealityradioshow.com, not the website that you're listening to us on now, which is obviously latalkradio.com. This is the website where we air the show. So again, go to questionrealityradioshow.com, click the contact link, and it's really short, very easy. Name, email, title, website, and then we will consider you for an interview. Oh, also, you can see our annual guest schedule. You might want to go there and take a peek at who the upcoming guests are and check out their sites. Say, for example, you want to be a script supervisor. Then you go there and you say, oh, who's going to be a script? Oh, I want to get some advice from a script supervisor. And we have the names and the titles. And that's also something you can search on the LA Talk Radio website as well. So there you go. I'm giving you so much information. Input. That's what it's all about. Of course, today, our attention span is just horrible, isn't it? We've got like 10 seconds of good time. So you got to get it in really fast. Fast and furious. That's what we have to do. Now, today is so exciting for the male species. Maybe for the female species too. Oh, wait a minute. Aren't we all one species? What am I talking about? I've had a cocktail. I don't drink. So if I have a couple, those darn, yesterday I went to a Halloween party and it was so fun down in Huntington Beach, and I don't drink. I'm not like a drinker. But people just always like to see me put some alcoholic beverages in my body, and it's just so gross, the taste of alcohol. But, I'm like, okay. So I tried one of those surge things, it was White Claw, something with a surge. Oh my God, I was bouncing off the walls. I think I had 2 drinks of it. And they're like, Priscilla, it's not like it's pure green alcohol. It's got like 4% alcohol. But for somebody who doesn't drink, it was like, woo! So I said, well, it tastes good. Why don't I have another one today? Well, I'm down to my 3rd drink. So this is what you're getting. 3rd drink of something called White Claw Mango. It's delicious, but all right. Might be forgetting some things. Anyway, we got a great guest today. Her hot, sexy, bodacious. Oh, God, I'm stuck in the 80s party from yesterday. She's rad and gnarly and bodacious. Her name is Dawn Noel. Don't you love that name? Her name is almost as good as my name. Priscilla Leona, Dawn Noel. I don't know. They're both great. She is a multi-award-winning actress, producer, dancer, and stunt person. She lives a very exciting life. Now, let me give you a little bit of her back history. Dawn Noel attended the prestigious High School for the Performing Arts and graduated with a BFA from the University of Arts in Philadelphia. She's a neighbor, East Coast girl. Yes, Connecticut, Philadelphia. Dawn's Broadway theater credits, she's got some fantastic credits. The Lion King, In the Heights, Fame. List goes on and on. I'm just going to do those. And she also, now here's what got my blood just going, because everyone who knows me knows I am obsessed with 3 people: Madonna, Jennifer Lopez, and Cher. Okay? Well, Dawn had featured dance tours with Madonna and Jennifer Lopez. I'm going to have to turn her on to Cher because I have a friend that dances for Cher. So she's going to have to hit me up after the show. She has, we're going to talk about those too. I'm going to ask lots of questions. Probably the whole show is going to be centered around her experiences dancing for Madonna and Jennifer Lopez. She's done commercials. She's had lead indie roles in so many different movies and commercials. I couldn't even go into them. We'll let her tell you about it. Her TV credits include All My Children, one of my grandmother's favorite shows, NCIS, NCIS LA, my very, 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 very adorable friend. Jason Michael Kennedy is the casting director for those two shows. Glee, who my friend Eric Stoltz directed me in an episode of Glee. I got to talk about that with her. And she just has so many award-winning short films and web series, just so many to talk about. Not only that, she, oh my God, talk about multi-award winning. This girl, okay, she produced the award-winning short film Shattered Pitch, which starred Chad Coleman from The Wire and The Walking Dead, and the award-winning short film 22 Years, both having multiple distribution deals. We want to talk about multiple distribution deals because people are still asking me, well, what's a distribution deal? How do I get a distribution deal? So maybe she can tell us a little bit about that. That would be a great tip. So we are definitely gonna talk about that. I'm gonna make that an asterisk in my brain. Dawn is the recipient of the EMMY Awards, which is the Golden Globes for Latinos, the Manhattan Film Festival LA Movie Awards Best Actress, AM Egypt Film Festival, the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards, International New York Film Festival, Best Actress. You go, girl, got me 2 here. Charlotte Black Film Festival. Oh, here's another one. Best Actress, Las Vegas Black Film Festival, Viva Latino Film Festival. Oh my God, it goes on and on. Sutter Creek. Oh, another Best Actress from the Sutter Creek International Film Festival. I'm starting to get tongue-tied with all of these credits. Another one, the Women's International Film Festival Best Actress. And lastly, the San Diego Black Film Festival. My God, this girl is working it. There's just smoke coming from her behind as she just jets forward like the road runner down the path of life. So let's meet this chick, man. Without further ado, let's welcome Dawn Noel. Whoa!
Oh my God, I don't know if I can keep up with your energy. I love it.
Dawn!
You're so awesome.
My energy, well, having energy is one thing, but putting it down into credit form is completely another thing. My goodness, you are so impressive. I just can't get over everything you've done. But I want to start out, like I said, with the featured dance tour credits. Girl, you need to lock it down for me. Madonna and Jennifer Lopez. First of all, OMG times 10. These are 2 of my favorite girls of all time. And let me tell you, Cher, love this chick. Now, here's what I wanted to say, and I want you to expand on this, the importance of this. Now, these are perfect examples of being a real, like capital letters, real superstar, okay? They're beautiful, they're multi-talented, but most importantly, they are consistently and constantly reinventing, revitalizing their pop status throughout the decades. Now, this is, I don't know about you, Dawn, but this is not only, if you think this, I don't know, but this, I think that it's not only because, what they do themselves physically to keep in shape. It's hard to stay beautiful. It's hard. But most importantly, it's that ability, Dawn, to have that great acumen for business. I mean, I don't know if you agree, but these ladies are on top of their business. And what's more important is they hire a team of people who can get the job done and just keep them on top. Dawn, you know this. Knowing how to get to the top is one thing, but staying on top, that's a true testament of a legend and an entertainment icon. So with that being said, we want to know, I guess we'll start off with the basics, how you booked your initial jobs with both Madonna and Jennifer. And then we'll go into, see, you're an actress. You have great memorization skills. Next question, what was the most impressive about each one to you? And what did you learn from being on those tours with these ones?
Okay, well, I can start out saying growing up, I had no desire to do commercial dance work. I was a modern dancer. I have a BFA in modern dance. And, before all of that, I danced with Ballet Hispanico and the Metropolitan Opera and the New York City Opera. So I came from a classical background, and I really didn't have a desire to do anything like that. But moving from Philadelphia to New York back in the day, I was visiting a friend, and she was like, "Oh, just come to this audition with me." And I auditioned for a music video, and it paid enough for me to actually make enough money to move to New York. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I can maybe get into some of this commercial world," but it wasn't my passion. And I had already danced with all the modern dance companies before I danced with Madonna. So my passion was already fed. And, in New York, it's expensive. So I was like, well, let me just, I auditioned for the tour before that I did. I did the Reinvention tour, but I auditioned for the one before, and it's a whole long story for that. We can say that for another interview, but I didn't end up doing that tour. So then I ended up doing the next, which is the Reinvention tour. But it was more about money and a job to survive in a way. And it was awesome. I mean, I'm glad I did it. I made amazing friends. I got to see the world, and traveled on chartered flights. And she's so professional. Madonna is so professional. We rehearsed in the shoes and the costumes and outfits that we would perform in. She's always, everything is full out, 100%. So I really, really enjoyed working with her and touring with her. It was awesome. But it wasn't something I dreamt of as a child, as much as I loved Madonna growing up. And and it just kind of went from there. And I tried to have a balance of doing what I loved and doing what I was good at to make money, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And did you find that, we'll just talk the Madonna tour, did you find that you learned anything related to the world of entertainment that you didn't know before, like any kind of tip?
Sure. I mean, I never knew how to do silk fabrics, and this was, I had 2 months to learn how to do this stuff, which then later on helped me doing stunt work and wire work. So I had that chance to learn that on that tour. What else did I learn? I was already performing since I was a kid, but experience-wise, I mean, in Ireland, we performed for 180,000 people outside at Slane Castle. So I experienced more than, I'm sure I learned a lot of things, but I was already a professional at that point. It wasn't, but technique-wise, the silk fabrics and wire work were new to me at that time.
And because I would imagine that thousands of people audition for that Madonna tour. What do you feel it was that the reason you got booked the audition over others?
I'm going to say versatility, because the audition, we had to know how to do tango, hip hop, again, wire work, but if they can see that you have some sort of technique and that you're strong, a little bit of androgyny, being able to be very feminine and masculine at the same time, just being a versatile dancer, and a lot of people were just, talented or, in one area, ballet or, hip hop, but to be able to do everything and get across, get away with that. I would say versatility. Diversity.
That is what I tell people constantly. You need to put tools in your toolbox. You've got to have as many tools as possible. Now, let's talk about my Jenny from the block. How did that happen?
That was her. It was her Spanish album, and the same choreographers that were on the Madonna tour hired me for that, and I think it was her pre-tour, and we did a lot of European cities, and the Ellen Show, and America's Got Talent, and stuff like that. So it was cool. I mean, I liked her. I just preferred working with Madonna instead. That's just personal reasons. And, that's just my experience.
Is she harder to, like, is she like more strict and more,
No.
more like, we want it done, it's got to be done, longer rehearsals?
No, it's like every time we went to a new show, we had a different outfit. We had no idea what we were wearing. Did the costumes fit? Did the shoes fit? Can we do this choreography in these shoes and this outfit? It just didn't seem as organized as I was used to. And she just wasn't as friendly, maybe, with us, and I don't want to, I'm not one to talk bad about anybody, but I just,
but that's how you felt.
That was
Madonna. That's your experience. Everybody has their own experience. Yeah. But it's good to know that, because you definitely learn, what your personality is dealing with celebrities, because
especially
what
women.
Yes. What you can handle and what you can't, and what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with. So it's great that you learn that, because you can make decisions later. Oh my gosh. So now you do so much, being a dancer, an actress, a stunt person. What if you could only do one of these for the rest of your life? Which would be torture, but you had to pick which one. Which one?
At this point in my life, an actor. I think I've kind of hung up my dancer, career. Though maybe about a year and a half ago, right before the pandemic, I worked on, the movie The Prom and 3 episodes of Penny Dreadful, which was cool. But I'm okay letting dancing go. I've done it my whole life. What else can I do? Another Broadway show, another tour. So, I've been acting for a long time and even producing. So I'd say I stick to acting.
Yeah, and dancing, that's hard on the body. I swear to God, I don't even know. Talk about Madonna and Jennifer Lopez. I don't even know how those girls do it. They're in their 50s, and they can still rock those moves out. I mean, they're not going as fast as they used to, but I tell you, they can still do it. Thank God Cher never established that criteria, right? She just stands there, and that works so well for her in her later years, because you don't expect her to be like doing crazy Jennifer Lopez booty pops, right?
Sure.
And so, Cher decided early on, I won't be moving. Okay. I'm just thinking I'm going to be 90 and I'm going to be on tour, and I'm not moving then, so I'm not going to start it and get everybody's hopes up. So that was very smart.
She's a great, and she still has a great show. She has great dancers. I know a few of her dancers.
Oh, do you know my friend?
Do
you know my friend Sean Vanderwilt, who danced on all her tours?
I don't think I do. No, I don't think I know him.
He said, now you want to work with somebody, you want to work with Cher. Girl, he said, this woman, she comes over and talks to you, everybody. She treats you like you're her friend. She's so down to earth. And
that's nice.
Oh my gosh, she's a great person to work for. So let's move on. All right, so you just did, I don't know if this was recent, but you did a science fiction trailer, Project Abaddon. Tell us about your character and what's it about?
Well, we did that a few years ago. It's still kind of, the creator is still using that trailer to get it off the ground. I'm not sure what stage he's in with it now. I think he's maybe turning it into a series and still pitching it. So we're just waiting on that.
Yeah.
I did another sci-fi film called Devada. I filmed that in Hawaii a few years ago. So, with indie films, you're just waiting whether, the filmmakers are waiting on money and editing and, all this CGI and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for that one to come out. They're my 2 sci-fi projects.
That's very, I'm so glad you said that, because a lot of actors, now one of my pet peeves is these people, these producers and directors who get actors to work on the project just so they can get a credit on IMDb, after the project's done, they drop it. They don't go and try to get any distribution. They don't enter it in film festivals. And all these people put so much time and effort and work into it, and nothing happens. Oh my God, that just burns me up. I can't stand it. Don't do that to people. I mean, they're not getting paid. And what do they get? They'll get a credit on IMDb, but actors want something that they can feel proud of, that the director and producers are going to try to at least get it in a festival. But, they don't even do that these days. Talk about that a little bit, Dawn, Noel, and let people know that, what your thoughts are on it.
Well, I can see from both sides. If an actor is going to do something for free, which God knows I've done many things for free, those favors will come back. It's good karma, and it's good practice of being on set. And also, as long as you get your footage for your reel, I think you're going to be okay. Sometimes directors and writers and producers, maybe they run out of money, maybe they get another project, maybe it didn't look so good that they didn't want to put it in festivals. But at the end of the day, you got your IMDb credit, you got your practice, you got your footage for your reel. I go to many film festivals, and I'm like, how did this even get into this festival?
Oh, yeah.
Or I watch some stuff on Tubi, and I'm like, how did this movie even get made? So, maybe some producers are like, well, you know what? This didn't turn out very good. I'd rather not put it out there and save the project instead of giving myself or the director or the writer a bad name. So I can see both sides of it. Of course, as an actor, you do want to see, I'm still waiting for projects to get out. I did a horror film 3 years ago, still waiting for that to get out there. But we had to fix editing, and we need to reshoot this, or, it happens. I'm still waiting on money and a grant to direct a film, or, so it's sometimes more about money. And so I would give both sides a slack. You know what I mean? Actors have a choice too. If you don't want to do this for free, and another actor will.
That's
true. You know what I mean? So I see both sides.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
It's a free acting class. You're going to meet other actors. You're working on set, So I see
like
both
that.
sides.
I like that, a free acting class. I like that. Well, you'll
learn more on set than half the time you will in class.
You have tamed me. You have tamed my Latino temper, even though I'm Irish. But I always like to say I got a Latino temper when I get passionate about things. I don't like people taking advantage of anyone. So I see this so much, and actors being sad and stuff. And I would never even get anybody to commit unless I had the money to completely see it through. And I would at least try to do that. But I see your point, though. You got to look. That's a good point you made. Look at it like an acting class. And if something happens, great. If not, then you learn something. That's a really
and you let it go.
I like that.
Because everything happens for a reason, and maybe that director you worked on that project with, you'll work on him with that person again, and maybe he'll vouch for you at a different project.
Speaking, it happened to you. That's an excellent segue. I don't know how you're like psychic. You're like segueing into my next question, because just what you said is what I wanted to talk about next. We have a mutual acquaintance, Jason Michael Kennedy, who's the casting director for NCIS Los Angeles in the original. And you said that you recently worked on a few episodes of NCIS LA as Officer Jessica Cole. And you said, and what caught my eye is no audition necessary, which is what you just were talking about. You said that they called you in from an audition from years ago, and that they've done that a few times. So that's just what you were saying, how if you don't book the gig, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I only auditioned for that show once, and that was probably, I'm going to say, maybe 8 years ago. It could have been 9. And they've called me in, I'm going to say, at least 6 times for different shows, whether it was NCIS or NCIS LA, as a cop with different names and different episodes. They have to give some time to pass. So people aren't like, wait, wasn't that the person that was in the last episode? So sometimes you have to give some time to pass. And, you just get really I don't want to say lucky, but, if the casting director maybe follows you on social media, oh, wow, she's really doing her thing. Or, you know what, she was really great. And she's a great cop. Let's bring her in again. So it's sometimes, auditions are not about booking the role, but booking the room, as my agents or managers would say. And it makes complete sense because there's so many times that I'm like, oh my God, I killed that audition, but I'm not the right look or I'm not the right height. And there's all these politics, behind it. And you can't take anything personal. You go in there, you do the best you can, and you let it go because it has nothing to do with you. And if they like you, there's a casting director in Atlanta. I swear I have auditioned for them 50 times, at least on camera, like 50. They have not booked me yet for anything, but they keep calling me in. And 9 times out of 10, if it's in Atlanta, sometimes it's a local hire. So I would have to get myself out there. And I'm like, no, if it's a couple lines, I'm not going all the way to Atlanta, but I'll just tell them, but the point is, they're like, let's wait until the absolute perfect. We like this girl. Let's wait for something bigger. So if you don't get something small, maybe in their eyes, they really like you. They're just waiting for something bigger and better for you. So you just keep on, that's our job.
That's right.
We audition. If you don't like it, then be a doctor, be a lawyer, go be a waitress. You have to have tough skin,
Yeah. I love that you include that information because, as you said, it's very important just to stay positive if you don't book a role, because what happened to you might happen to everyone. But a lot of actors, they're very hypersensitive about being rejected. It's very hard on them.
Oh, Lord.
I've seen people in tears, haven't you?
Go to therapy. I can't. I can't subscribe. I mean, but I can have empathy. But as a performer and I have been in the arts my entire life, I learned rejection at a very young age. You know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with my talent. I wish I was further along. Maybe I should have stayed in New York a little longer. Maybe I should have did this. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. This is where I am. Find your happiness where you are. If you and if you don't get this, then create your own stuff.
Yes.
Which is why I started creating my own stuff.
Yes.
Don't depend on anybody else for your happiness. There's 5 million actors in Los Angeles alone.
Yes. I love that line. May I use that? I love when you said, I'm
Absolutely.
sorry, I can't subscribe. I love that. I've never heard that in my life. You need to patent that. Trademark that shit. That is really good. I love that. So just in time for Halloween, your horror film, SOS, is that coming out soon, or was that something that came out a while back? Because I was just reading what you sent me, so I didn't know when things were coming out.
Well, exactly. That's one of the ones that I'm waiting for to come out. You know what I mean? So maybe they're still working on the editing or fixing color, and then maybe the filmmaker is working on a different project and the other one is more important. COVID happened. Everything got pushed to the side. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's plenty of projects.
Do your projects and move on to the next thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, keep us abreast on that one. Now, what about the comedy drama to the New Girl? What is that been released and hitting the film fest?
Yeah. That already went to the film festivals. It did awesome. They won a bunch of awards. It's on a bunch of streaming platforms. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime. It's on a bunch of streaming platforms, and it's almost, I don't want to say it's like vagina monologue, but there's a bunch of different monologues, maybe 8 women talking about how they get back at their cheating husband or boyfriend. It's crazy. My monologue is pretty scary in a way, but it's cool. It was awesome to film that. That's definitely out.
It's all about having like exciting new things. I mean, as an actor, you don't want to do the same thing over and over. I honestly, girl, I don't know how now. I mean, I'm happy because my favorite shows are on for years and years and years and years and years, because as a viewer, you want to continue seeing them. But I start thinking about the other side. How does the actor play the same role over and over and over and over? You know, Mark Harmon, he just left NCIS, and he directed me in an episode, oh my God, of Boston Plague. I don't know if you remember that show, but I remember I said to him, how do you, and this was before, I think this was before NCIS, and I was just talking to, this is when we were on our lunch break, and I said, how does an actor play the same role over and over and over and over? And he said to me, I'll never forget, he goes, you look at the dollar signs on your paycheck. And then he walked away. He's like, so cool. I swear to God, that man is just like he is on NCIS, like the character he plays.
Yeah. I mean, at least on TV, at least on TV, you're playing the same character, but every week you get a different script. If you're doing a Broadway show and you're doing the same show 8 times a week, that takes discipline. I mean, I can't tell you when I first started doing Broadway shows, I've gotten written up a couple times. Thank God, like, I never got fired because they loved me, but they had to write me up. Like, I would put Tootsie Roll on my teeth and black out my teeth, and so the audience couldn't see me, but to my dancing partner, because I had to make something fun. I mean, it's 8 shows a week. So I would leave Lion King, and then I would come back. I would leave, I would come back, because I needed a break in between. And I'm like, look, if anybody gets injured or goes on medical leave, I'm there. But I could not, it was really hard for me creatively to do the same show 8 times a week. It's not, it's not like TV where it's the same character, but you get a different script.
Right.
So, and they're getting paid a whole lot more than Broadway performers. So,
Yeah. I know. I did theater. I mean, not on your level, community theater in college. And I swear I did Grapes of Wrath for just 4 weeks. And I was like, oh God, no more theater. I can't do it. And then I got hired at the LA Opera to be in Der Rosenkavalier, which is a German opera. And I swear I said never, ever again. That was the breaking point. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it. And I haven't done theater since, but I know exactly what you're talking about. So
and it's live. You have to be 100% at that time. There's no cut, action.
Oh,
no,
God,
it's straight through.
And sometimes you got to go to the bathroom. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, my God, I got to get off this thing. But I love how you're bringing up really alternative viewpoints to things that I'm saying, because I love that you're talking about the other side, and that means so much. You played Rochelle in the comedy White People Money. Is that something that was done years ago, or was that recent?
No, that's recent. That did really well on the film festival circuit. It's on Amazon. It's on Hulu. It's like one of the top comedies on Stars. Yeah, it's all over the streaming platforms.
About it, and I thought I loved that title, White People Money. I want to watch it, but then I just forgot about it. I'm like, I forgot. So now I'm going to go look it up. I love the title. I'll watch something just for the title. And people don't realize how important it is. The title has to make you laugh, or it has to draw attention. Think about it.
Exactly.
Now, is this something you just recently did, the voiceover for the animation series La Golda and No Other Way, or was that a while back?
La Golda I did a while ago, and No Other Way was recently. So I think there's 3 episodes up, and I think they just won the best narrative Black podcast or something like that. It's on social media somewhere. But yeah, so I'm still in the process of doing that podcast.
How do you like doing voiceovers for animation? Because I don't get people in here that I don't think I've ever had anybody. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, but how do you like it? What do you feel if somebody wanted to? So many people want to do voiceovers because they say, oh, I don't want to get dressed up. I don't want to put makeup on. I want to just go in, which is great, right? And the plus is it pays well. It's a short time. Give me the pros and cons of being a voiceover artist.
Well, I don't know if I would consider myself a voiceover artist. I've gotten lucky with, people liking my voice or whatever characters, but there's some really talented voiceover artists. I've never really taken a class in it, but I've done a bunch of animations or a couple commercials, and I have an audition right after this. I kind of just wing it. Yes, you don't have to get dressed up. I'm in my pajamas. I'm in this, my quiet room, but I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a master of it. Do I love it? It's okay. It's like singing. I had to sing for Broadway, but it wasn't my passion. I was more of a dancer that got by, that can carry a tune singing. So do I love it? No. Is it easy to do especially during COVID when you couldn't leave? Sure. Do I still audition for it? Sure. But there's probably so many people that are way better than me, unless you want my sort of voice. I don't have a huge range. I don't do a lot of accents and stuff like that. But there's people that are, they go full out and that's all they do. And you can make a lot of money, So I do it if it comes up, but I'm not like chasing after it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, a friend of mine, his name is Jim Meskimen. He's the son of Miriam Ross. You're too young for this, but you might remember Happy Days. It was like a big sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's so he grew up with all the stars. So he does celebrity impersonations, and he invited me to one of his shows. So I'm sitting next to this lady, and I got my crew, my squad. So I'm talking to my squad. All of a sudden, to the right, I hear this voice, and I'm like, where do I know this voice? And then I turn. And it's Nancy Cartwright, the lady who is on The Simpsons. Oh, God, what is her character on The Simpsons? Oh, she'll kill me. I cannot remember what the character. I think she's Marge.
Marge?
She's
okay.
Maybe, I think. Oh, no, I think that's The Simpsons. I don't know. Anyway, it's Nancy Cartwright. And the thing is that she's been on that show. Oh, my God. What is it running? Like 35 years now?
Yeah.
The Simpsons have been on.
Yeah.
I think, it started in 89. I remember because I was on the first date with that British guy. 1989. Yes, I reference all of my main life events by who I was dating at the time. Oh, no.
I've done that too sometimes.
Yeah, and here's how I remember my life. No, she does Bart Simpson, because she plays the boy,
little
boy, Bart Simpson. And I thought, oh my God, how do you do it? So I got in a whole conversation with her. I said, how did you end up doing a voiceover for a little boy? So she told me the whole story, and it was really funny. It was a trip. But I really love that you there's another lady, Debbie Derryberry. She was the voice of oh my God, I can't think. There's so many people that come in your life, right? Oh, she was the original voice of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. And she came on my show, and she did rapid fire, Dawn, like 7 different voices. I thought, if only I can do that. And then I wonder why she's living in a monster house, because she's so talented. And I thought I would love to do all those voices. So I thought maybe you had a good time doing the animation series. So
I do, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people are a master of something, and then there's a jack of all trades and a master. Yeah. I'm almost like a jack of all trades in a way. Like, I get by, except for modern dance, because that's where I put so much of my focus when I was younger. Like, these dancers today don't tell me anything. I may not be able to do as much as I did when I was younger, but that's where my focus was as a master of something. But now it's just sort of a jack of all trades, and you were just trying to get by and survive.
But it's fun. You can do a little bit of everything. I would rather people want to be the master of everything. I would rather be the jack of all trades because you could do a little bit of everything. I love it. I don't
Exactly.
want to master anything. He said that's what people come in and they try to challenge you. They want to challenge your knowledge and challenge this. I'm like, get out of my way. I ain't got time for your ass. All right. So you're one of the backup dancers for 8 episodes on the Funny Dance Show on the E! Network. Is that on now? Because I could swear that's on now, another show that I wanted to watch, or it was in the past.
They did that in the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
They showed the 8 episodes during COVID, and that was so much. That might have been the most fun I've had on a job ever, because every episode there was 4 different comedians every episode, and we just had so much fun. It wasn't like I had to think about dance moves and be all perfect. It was like comedy dance, like we just had fun, and I laughed so much. The comedians were funny. The choreography was funny. They had different choreographers come in. It was just fun. You know what I mean? I was like, see, this is a job.
Yeah.
I don't have to like dance so hard. It's just fun. Who cares? Yeah.
Where can you find it? Can I see it anywhere? Is it on any of the?
It was on the E! Network. I'm sure there's like episodes somewhere on YouTube. Or whatever.
I'm gonna look it up.
Transferred.
Look up moves, girl. I gotta see some of those moves. Now, you're excited. You're on 3 episodes of Penny Dreadful. Now, I used to watch Penny Dreadful, but it was canceled. Is this the new Penny Dreadful? Because
that was the City of Angels, with all the pachucos, and that was based in like downtown LA. All of those that aired during the pandemic. The Prom, Penny Dreadful, all this stuff kind of came out right as COVID hit.
I used to watch Penny Dreadful. That was the British version. Is this an American version?
Yeah, it was their last season that they had.
Okay. I know, because I watched the British version and they canceled it. I was so bummed out because by the time I found it had been canceled already, but I was able to find it, I think, on Netflix. And then when I heard there was new Penny Dreadful, I thought, I hope it's the same cast. But people are saying no.
Yeah, completely different cast. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Did you like it? I mean.
Yeah, you know what? There were so many dancers. Like, I didn't even care. Part of me was like, please put me in the back. I don't need to be
there
seen.
Was no dancing in the original Penny Dreadful, so I don't even know what dancing is doing.
This is a completely different story. Like, it's a completely different story. It's called City of Angels. Yeah, it has nothing to do with any of the other seasons. And I just was like, I just need some. Give me my paycheck, and I just want my SAG health insurance. And you know
You're
what?
Like
Thank God, because then COVID happened. And nobody had health insurance, and I did. You know what I mean? It's like everything happened right before COVID, the Prom. And I was like, thank God I worked, even as a dancer, which I haven't really worked as a dancer that much, because I don't really dance anymore. I'm mostly acting and producing. Right. But I was like, okay, I'll do it. And hey, I was grateful, super grateful.
And it's all about having health insurance these days because, come on, your ass can go on a set and then catch COVID and you're dead. All right, real quick, what's exciting coming up? Anything you were looking forward to this year or next year?
I'm in the process of putting together a teaser trailer for an animation project, kids animation project called Kids Crew that I'm one of the producers on. And then coming back after COVID and putting this project aside, I have a feature film that I'm producing about sex trafficking called By Way of Acheron. I'm sure that title may change. But so there's some producing happening, and there's constant auditions. That's always going to be the case. And hustling through, just trying to get through life and have a balance, for
you're living
me.
Here in LA? You're living here in LA?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to tell you 2 things. One, so I've been one of the I've been involved with the Burbank International Film Festival as a judge for going on 8 years now. So please make sure that you submit your stuff and send me a text and let me know, the stuff that you're gonna submit. No nepotism involved here, but I'll make sure that it's, seen. It's up to them if they pick it. I just, like to help my friends out. So Burbank International Film Festival. And then
Awesome.
I also wanted to tell you that the project that you just mentioned about the sex trafficking, my cousin wrote a book, and she's very, very involved in being a speaker for that particular subject. She goes tours around the country. So I would love to help you in any way I can, whether that's to donate money or however I can help you. I often invest in people's short projects.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Make sure you text me and shoot me over, whatever you need. And I don't know if you're doing how do you feel about that? Real quick, last question. How do you feel about raising money for your films? Are you pro the crowd fundraising or against it?
Well, I remember when I first did like Indiegogo or Kickstarter, like 9 years ago for my first short film, before it was trendy. And then everybody started using it. And then I was like, oh gosh, now, it's hard to ask friends for $5, $10, $20, because there were short films. I didn't need that much money for both of my short films. But now that everybody started using it, oh, I have a funeral, and this is somebody got sick, you lose it. It lost its luster. So I wouldn't go that route for me anymore. I like the whole setting up meetings at AFM or, because I'm not doing any more shorts unless, you're paying me to do it. So now I'm in a range of, I need $1 million, and I'm not going to go ask Kickstarter, try to raise money on that for $1 million. I'd rather find investors and, distribution and production companies and go that way.
We didn't even get to talk about it real quick, like distribution, quickest way for a filmmaker to get a distribution deal.
Well, with me, because both of my shorts won a bunch of festivals, a lot of these distribution streaming platforms reached out to me, whether it was Amazon Prime, Shorts TV, Hughes Picture, Indie Flicks, O Prime TV, Modest. And then I just signed a nice big deal for both of my shorts with Adler and Adler Entertainers, Adler and Associates. But they came to me saying, hey, we would love to, sometimes they'll pay you up front and say, hey, we own the film for 2 years. Or it's like, hey, if people rent it or buy it, you get a percentage. You know what I mean? So we've been on probably at least 12 different streaming platforms that you either buy, rent, or, that goes something like that. I never put them on YouTube. Unless they were my friends, I would send it to them for free. Or come support at the film festivals. We have to support people. We have to support live theater. We have to support film festivals. We have to. Nobody, you know what I mean? They need that support. I always, you have to. Whether they're good or bad, you're going to learn something, but that's where it starts. Yes. You have to support.
And it's fun to go to. I mean, it's a bunch of people in your arena, and you're meeting, and you're schmoozing, and who knows when it can lead to a job. So we will leave you with that. Miss Dawn Noel, you are like a diamond in the rough from Buffalo. You are a gemstone. Please tell us you'll come back next year to promote some of your stuff. Yay!
Absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Dawn.
Thank you so much.
And say goodbye to your fans.
Thank you, everybody. Please follow me on social media if you want to. It's Dawn Noel.
She's consistent. What is it? Yeah. Dawn?
Dawn is DAWN and then NOEL, actor. So it's pretty much my name on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You'll find me. Google.
Yes!
IMDb.
Dawn Noel. Yeah. She did it right. She knows how to brand. All right, girl. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful, happy holiday season, and I'll talk to you next year.
Thank you. Same to you. Have an awesome day. Okay, bye-bye.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona, right here on LA Talk Radio.